How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Skipping Through Chaos Child, because that's always fun. It's always a fun time to just skip through a visual novel. I actually really dislike skipping through visual novels. It's always been something that kind of, I guess, kills the immersion. I mean, I understand why it's done, but it's still not all that great. So, in case you guys did not watch the previous episode, and if you didn't, honestly, there was not much lost there. There wasn't anything that actually happened. Uh-oh, new content. So to get you guys caught up as to what's going on, the last episode, I showed the common route's bad ending, and it was pretty depressing. It was straight to the point. I didn't think it would be that quick, but it was. And then after that, I started going through the game again and only choosing positive delusions. So in this case, there have been some where I did not choose positive. Either I skipped it or I just chose negative. Therefore, we are getting some new content, stuff that we have not seen before based on the choices I made in my first run through the game. Excuse me. I mean, it's not much. It's just, some silly positive delusions. Some of them have been really horny and very strange. Others have been, like I said, very silly, which is, all fine and dandy. After everything that we've gone through, it's really nice to sit back, relax, and get some not so harmful delusions going on. However, there will be a route where apparently we have to choose negative delusions. So that'll be fun. That'll be depressing. That'll give us a bunch of new content, if you will. So we'll continue to do this. I really hope, because I'm recording this the night before the previous episode actually goes up. I'm doing that because I don't want to be spoiled as to what route I will go down. I don't know what route this is going to shove me down, because it's or the impression that I've gotten is that if you choose the positive delusions for a specific character, then you will have that character's route. So you choose the positives for one character and the negatives, or you skip the delusions for the others. But I'm just going ham, going through, getting all the positive delusions, so where is that going to stick me? I don't know. And that's why this guide is nice for being extremely spoiler-free. You have no idea where you're going to go, which is fine by me. But somebody did warn me not to go down Kirisu's route from the get-go. So I don't want that to happen. But anybody else, by all means. No way. Did Kazuki grin? I think we're supposed to be helping her out. I also didn't read that, I'm sorry. I faintly hoped that something incredible was about to happen. Kazuki grabbed my sleeve and started walking. She took me up to the roof of the school. Oh yeah, this is when...
Help me.
Uh-huh. I suddenly heard a girl's voice. I looked around, but only the two of us were there. See, in the negative delusion, she was an alien. Remember that?
Help me.
That's English. No, I wasn't imagining it. I really did hear it. Yet we're still looking around. I looked around again, but there was nobody there but me and Kazuki, and there was no place for anyone to hide, which meant...
もしかして、今の、和樹、お前か？お前喋れたのか？
No, I mean, of course she can talk, but it was just really surprising, okay?
でもどうしていきなり...
Help me, Takuru Miyashiro. You are my only hope.
Huh, so that's English.
Huh?
Why was she speaking English? Could Kazuki maybe not speak Japanese? Yeah, she totally can't speak Japanese in a, with that Japanese accent. Is there a Japanese accent? The point is she's speaking with, like, English, yes, but you can tell that it's not natively learned. Maybe she'd grown up outside of the country. Maybe that's why she never talked. But her English didn't seem very good, yeah. And then suddenly a loud fanfare played. Where was that sound coming from? As I looked around frantically, giant words appeared in the sky and started to scroll. What? Huh? Wait a minute. What the? What is happening, dude? What the fuck? Wait. Stop, bro. Where is this coming from?
今のって何?
What? Kazuki's expression didn't change at all.
私の本名はカーズキー・ハンナ。カーズキー大聖団帝国である銀河帝王ルドルフ15世の第8王女です。助けてください。ちなみにあなたは私の双子の兄です。あと最終的にあなたは生き別れの実の父親と戦うことになります。まあつまりルドルフ15世のことですが。というわけで助けてください。
というわけでとか言われてもな、ダイジェストで説明されても困る。
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, I guess with both of those things, that so yeah really ruined it. And that last part, it's like, well, obviously, you know, it's the same shit as Star Wars. That's where he's getting this from for his delusion.
どこへ？
あの星の彼方へ。
Okay. What the fuck? Did I maybe want to put on a Spark Wars play at the cultural festival? Yeah, that's what it's called. That surprised even me. But Spark Wars was too old for a high school kid to use in a play. I considered this as I walked, and the next thing I knew, I was in the courtyard. Wait, when was this game developed? It must have been developed before the new Star Wars shit, right? So there's no way that they could have known that it was coming back. Oh hey, I remember choosing positive for this one. Remember this one, guys? I'm pretty sure that there was also another like an extension to this one. Nope, I was wrong. That was just a really horny positive delusion, as per usual. All right, so what's next here? Remember this, guys? That was fun. Okay, so I don't think I chose a delusion with this scene. At least it doesn't seem familiar.
Miyashiro senpaiっていい声してますよね。
Oh, thanks. I don't know where that's coming from.
そうですか。
I don't know what the context is, but I'm pretty sure we're supposed to be helping her out. No one had ever told me that before.
実は私、昔から声フェチなんですよ。
Again, not sure if delusions are silly or horny. That was really none of my business.
宮代先輩の声って十分腐女子の干渉に耐えられるクオリティだと思うんです。
Okay, in all honesty, Takuru's voice actor is really good at his job. His and Serika's voice actors, like, I've said this before, you know, those two deserve an award if they were ever to get nominated for something like that. I don't see that happening, but holy shit, especially Serika. You know, being able to completely shift her tone like that and sound like a completely different person, that's incredible. And Takuru for being able to just reach those highs.
マニアックな私が言うんですから、そうですって。というわけで先輩、今からここで私のためだけに朗読してください。
Oh boy, I can't wait.
朗読ですか。
はい、文芸部の活動の一環でもあるんですけど、宮代先輩にぜひとも。
It was hard to say no after all those compliments.
何を読めばいいんですか？
ですね。それは。
Blushing, she took out a notebook.
じゃじゃーん！これを。
It looked like a normal student's notebook. There was nothing on the cover. I flipped it open. What was it? I was only on the first page and already I was looking at a whole different world. Two pretty boys drawn in the style of a girl's manga were holding each other mostly naked. It was drawn in pencil and the illustration wasn't that great. Okay, yeah, this is definitely horny. And there was even a dialogue bubble. Pierce me with your Excalibur.
これは
I want to say that that's foreshadowing, but I'm pretty sure it isn't at all. I don't understand. Did Arimura draw this?
これ、私が文芸部で本を作る時用のネタ帳なんですけどね。やっぱ実際に男子に声に出してもらった方がイメージ湧くでしょ？
I too draw manga in the literature club.
いや、そんなの僕には。無理です。
どうしてもダメですか？私こんなこと他に頼める男子がいなくて。女子の友達は多いんですけどね。男子ってちょっと苦手だったりしちゃったり。でも先輩が嫌なら無理強いはできないですよね。
有村さん。
If she was really relying on me, I couldn't turn her down.
わかりました。少しだけなら。
本当ですか？ありがとうございます。
She smiled happily. Now that I had actually talked to her, I realized she was a strange person, but not a bad one.
で、どこを読めば？
最初からおなしゃす。
最初から？
She wanted me to read this aloud.
感情たっぷりにおなしゃす。エロい感じでおなしゃす。
Of course. You guys do know I used to play the really scummy eroge, like the Sakura games before. You bet your ass I was all up in that emotion and dirtiness. Also, those videos don't exist anymore. Could I do that? I took a deep breath to calm myself down. Arimura was looking at me with stars in her eyes. It was embarrassing. I couldn't tell her to look away. I guess I just have to do it.
そのまま僕に突き刺して。君のエクスカリバ
ー。I didn't like any of that, including what I'm currently seeing. I think this is the worst delusion I've come across so far, including the delusions we were forced into. Arimura's face went bright red, I'm sure it did. She started to pant, snort, and bang her head. That's great. This was tougher than I thought. Can we end this already? Mentally, I didn't know if I could do it. I wanted to get away as soon as possible.
もういいよね。
ちょっと待って。次のページもお願いできませんか？
The next page, I flipped the page. There was a similar picture and dialogue bubble.
ささ。
Aw, man.
お前のアイスキャンディー、俺の中でとろけさせてくれよ。
Aw, dude. Don't say those things.
Yes! Yes!
No. Yes, what?
次、お願いします。
I give up.
いや、やめろよ。この鬼畜巨根野郎。
I don't think any man would ever say that to another man, but what do I know? Arimura had a look of ecstasy on her face. Her eyes looked like she was on drugs.
先輩、最高です。最高にエロいっす。私、もう。
And then her whole body started to spasm. Yeah, that's concerning. A bit of drool was dripping out of the side of her mouth, but she didn't try to wipe it up.
こんな興奮したの初めてっす。先輩、これから定期的に朗読会やってもらえませんか？次は攻めの方のバージョンも聞いてみたいんです。それと今度は文芸部の同じ趣味を持つ人たちも連れてきます。大丈夫、みんな女子っすから、きっとみんな先輩の声にメロメロになりますから。
Oh, I'm sure.
ね、いいでしょ？いいですよね。
Can we go back to the Star Wars delusion that we had? And that was how my career as a voice actor in gay porn for girls began. I got an achievement for that. I got adios gracias. I kind of want to adios on out of this fucking room before any other weird-ass delusions come up. If that happened, I'd kill myself. Yeah, you know what? I feel it. I feel it, Takuru. I think I'd pull the trigger myself, to be honest. Jesus. I've been told before, when I was in community college, I was working as a math tutor, excuse me, for students taking math classes. And I think there was like a chemistry instructor who would sometimes come in and he would hear me tutoring and he would say that I deserve to have like a radio show for like talking about math and just like at various points in my life growing up, and I guess going through puberty and whatever else. People would tell me like, bro, you got to do something with that voice. Like it's something, but it really isn't. It really isn't. And if it sounds, you know, any bit of spectacular in my recordings, then you can give all the credit to the Audacity filters that I put my voice through. They're the real heroes of the day. But if that was her only secret that would be fine, well, maybe not fine. But it felt like the real Arimura was hiding something more dangerous. That was probably why she brought me here. In other words...
事件のことですか?
Okay, I think we're good to skip. And we are. Would you take a look at that? Well, gang, it looks like it's map time again. Not nap time. Not yet. Not yet, at least. So, this should look a little familiar because this is where we had to go in order to initiate the bad ending for the common route. Okay, so what was our context? All these victims have in common, they did things that would seem impossible, so they had special powers. And because it's skipping along, actually, it would skip along on either of those because I, you know, purposely chose the wrong ones. And I guess that's it for that. Oh, hey, remember this wacky shit? That was weird. Remember that wacky shit? Yeah, that was weird. Oh, hey, look, another positive delusion. I'm going to get right back to not showing any more footage. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh, no, I messed up. Oh, fuck. I'm stupid. Okay, I was going to go to the positive delusion, but I'm stupid. I was going to cut that out of the video because I remember what this delusion is. So now your boy's gonna do a quick load because I am a fool. Okay, gang, we're good now. I just didn't want this video to be demonetized or anything. Gotta stay on that safe side. I remember what happened there. I had to be careful. Remember this wacky delusion? I think that was the first forced delusion that we got. It's actually nice to kind of go back and kind of, I don't know, refresh our memories of events that occurred and connect events that occurred with the information that we now know all the way up through the end of the common route, which yes, is still very tragic, and I still don't like to think about it all that much. Damn, already up to chapter 5. I guess going forward, we're not going to get as many delusion choices. I think it starts to become very scarce. It's like 1 or 2 per chapter, and then eventually they kind of just disappear. Which I guess means eventually we'll be, hopefully, hitting a different route at some point here. That was actually kind of creepy. I really wish I would, not pay attention to the screen. Wait a minute. Hold on. This is different. I was scrolling through, like, Twitter and shit on my phone. But no, this stopped me, which means new content. Or at least that's usually what it means. Okay. So, we're in chapter 7? Let's go with 7. 7 sounds like a good number, you know? And we are not facing off against Minamisawa Senri, but the person that we began to believe was Minamisawa Senri. What was Heiko Rodeo? Yeah, let's go with that. While I hesitated, Arimura ran past the woman toward the street. I don't know what the context is in the fight right now. I wasn't paying attention at all. The woman slowly stood up. I ran after Arimura before the woman could get up. Well, it is a different turn of events here. I guess instead of staying put where they were, Arimura is actually gathering up some courage, and we're getting away while she's, I'm assuming, stunned. So that means we didn't... Did we yank out our D-sword maybe at some point already? Well, the point is that we didn't wish her away. I ran down many different alleyways and turned on several corners. I didn't even know where I was anymore. I just kept running, sure that if I turned back, that woman would be behind me. I ran. And ran. And ran. And then? And then what? Oh! True world. Resisted truth and lies within those eyes. Boys and girls, we have found a new route. Where's Arimura? Where did Arimura go? How could you run away and leave me behind? Damn, that bitch fast. Damn it. And what the hell is wrong with that woman? Why did I have to go through this? Was it because I'd been investigating the case? Then maybe. Hey, remember when we reflected on that like every 5 minutes? Maybe I should have listened to Arimura's warning. Maybe I should have dropped the case right then and there. But back then, I never thought the killer would come after me. And I wasn't trying to catch them. I just thought it was interesting. We were only following the case because it was fun. I mean, we did kind of report on some of it. Was that just how the real world worked? I hadn't done anything wrong. I'd just been doing this for fun. Was that enough to justify killing me? If she killed me, I would die. Really? Really now. If I died, I'd cease to exist. Good thought process here. I'd disappear. I'd be gone. I wouldn't be able to see anything, hear anything, say anything, eat anything. Everyone would make a fuss at first. Maybe someone would cry. But then they wouldn't really mean it. And they wouldn't do it for long. Before long, they'd all forget about me. Kirisu, Ito, Kazuki, and Sarika. I'd be all alone in an empty, dark world. No one would remember me. No. No, 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 no. Anything but that. I I heard a noise in front of me. Footsteps. Did she get ahead of me somehow? Could I do it again if I had to? Oh, the D-sword? The way I dodged those flames. Oh, never mind. If that was what Arimura said was my power. But how? I knew I had to bring out that sword thing again. But I didn't know how to do it. If it wasn't working. I'd been able to do it before because I wasn't thinking about it, but when I tried to do it now, the panic won out. And not only could I not use my powers, I couldn't even see the sword anymore. The footsteps kept getting closer. It was no good. I'd have to run. It was all I could do now, but it doesn't sound like the leg is dragging, so I don't think that's her. My mind knew I had to run, but my body wouldn't obey. My legs went numb, and my heartbeat was deafening. The sweat pouring down my brow got into my eyes, and I didn't even know where I was running anymore. But we was running. The footsteps from behind got gradually closer. They were almost on top of me. Right around that corner. So close. And look. She's right there. Is it really her, though? Is it Arimura? It looks like I was right. I flailed my arms and legs out at my attacker, who screamed in a surprisingly cute voice.
Arimura.
先輩、無事だったんですね。
なんだよ、脅かすなよ。
驚いたのはこっちですよ。いきなり大声上げて。
だって、僕はてっきりあの女だと。てか、なんでここに。僕を置いて先に逃げていったくせに。なんでまだこんなところにいるんだよ。
それはこっちのセリフです。どうして私と同じ方向に逃げてきちゃうんですか？そんなことしたら追っかけてこられちゃうかもしれないじゃないですか。
ちょっと待て。もしかしてお前、僕をおとりにするつもりだったのか？
別に最初からそういうつもりってわけじゃないです。ただ、結果的にそうなったってだけっす。
Why you?
怪しいもんだな。そんなこと言って本当は。
Arimura suddenly put her hand across my mouth before I could say another word. I was about to complain, but when I saw the look on her face, I shut up and listened. Yep, there's the leg drag. That's when you know it's her. There was no doubt about it. This sound. This time it really was that woman. And she spit fire again. There was an explosion and a shockwave in the air struck me in the face. I could smell something burning within the black smoke that covered my vision. And beyond it, the woman with the empty eyes.
なんで僕ばっかりこんな目に。
そんなこと言ってる場合じゃないです。
I knew that. I knew that, but what was I supposed to do?
こうなったら一か八かもう一度あの力を。で
きるんですか？
わからない。でもやるしかないだろ。
Well, we have people around, so maybe it'll work. I forced my shaking legs to turn toward the woman. Her eyes were still empty as she stared at me. I couldn't sense anything in them at all. I couldn't tell what she was thinking or why she was doing this. But I could tell that her eyes were looking at me. She was after me. Good old mind control. Please. Just one more time. Just one more time. Focus. Focus. Give me power.
先輩、
いや
先輩。
やっぱり無理だ。できない。どうしよう有村。
今さらそんなこと言わないでくださいよ。
だってこういう時こそ火事場のなんとかでどうにかできるかもと思ったんだよ。
Maybe things weren't that easy after all.
っていうかお前の力でどうにかならないのか。
無理ですよそんなの。
So much for her sword. What's the point of it? Like, why have it if she's not gonna use it? I could see the woman raising her hand slowly out of the corner of my eye. This was not good. At this distance, if I got hit with those flames, it was going to be really, really hot. You don't say. No, hotter than hot. I could burn to death. Even if I didn't die, I'd be badly burned. There was no way I'd be okay. I needed to find some way to run. But how? Oh yeah, running definitely worked well for us last time. A spiral of orange light was forming in the woman's hand. Oh. Did this mean I was going to die? Was I going to die now? Did dying always feel so unreal? The woman was right on top of us now. A massive whirlpool of flame had formed around her hands. And then she slowly turned her hands toward us. And then there was a sudden strange sound as the flames flowed backward and struck her in the face. She flailed back and fell to her knees. I looked behind me and saw that Arimura was holding a can of hairspray. Arimura might not have expected it to do much, but it worked better than she could have possibly imagined. Arimura was staring in shock at what had just happened. But there wasn't time for that. The woman was slowly starting to look up at us. Arimura's counterattack had made her angry. If she came after us again, we'd be dead. Before that happened... I picked up the spray can at my feet and flung it at our attacker, then grabbed Arimura by the hand and ran toward the strange woman. She must not have expected that because fortunately we didn't hear any footsteps right away. For now, we needed to lose her and get somewhere safe where we could hide. But the only place we could hide around here was there. But if she found that place, no, now wasn't the time to worry about that. I'd have to chance it.
Senpai, どこへ?
こっちだ.
Senpai.
なんだよ。
私、もう無理。
Hey, what happened to all that courage you had a moment ago?
何言ってるんだよ。もうちょっと頑張れよ。
そういう先輩こそ息上がってるじゃないですか。
Damn it. Did she have to talk back at a time like this?
ここで諦めたら死んでしまうかもしれないってさ。分かってるのか。
分かってるけど。
But Arimura was right. My heart was pounding so loud I thought it might burst. In manga and anime, you always gain incredible stamina in situations like this. Evidently, that didn't really happen though. Well, hold on a second. It kinda happens. I don't know what it's called because I'm stupid and can't remember things. But when you're under pressure like this, it's like, how I would describe it is like, you know, hidden energy that kind of just comes forth. If you're in a serious situation where your mind is not concentrated on how your body feels, but on a situation at hand, you'll use whatever available energy you have in order to accomplish what you need to do, whatever your mind is set on. Let's say that you need to rescue something. You bet your ass that you're going to try your hardest and do things that maybe your body wouldn't really be able to handle to try and rescue someone. So, in this case, they may feel like they're more in the clear, therefore, their minds are starting to think about their bodies. Or at least that's my, not scientific guess. It was impossible for a human being to surpass their limits. Not exactly. Maybe I should have exercised more. Obviously, it was too late for that. Still, that didn't mean I could give up.
とにかくもう少しだけ頑張れ。そうすれば。
そうすれば。
I didn't have the strength left to answer her question. We just had to keep going. Even a big city like Shibuya had lots of tiny, overlapping little alleyways off the main streets. And this area was my home, which meant I had the advantage. And it wouldn't be long before I was right. I could hear sirens. Even in an alleyway, someone would have heard all that noise. If the police were here, that woman would have bigger problems than trying to track us down.
よし、今のうちに。
先輩。
こっちに。
ちょっと。
I lowered my body to the ground and headed further into the darkness.
先輩、ここって。
At this point, I'd be able to find my way there blindfolded.
ねえ、先輩、ここは。
し、今黙ってこの中へ。
でも。
いいから早く。
Where are we? Are we at the RV park? Yep. Home sweet home. We listened carefully to the sounds around us as we caught our breaths. If we heard her footsteps, we'd recognize them immediately. Yeah, and do what? We could hear the sound of police sirens in the distance. I hoped that the police would catch her and take her away. We just stood there frozen in prayer as we waited for time to pass. 5 minutes. Then 10. It wasn't long at all, but it felt like an eternity.
さすがにこれだけ待っても来ないなら、もう大丈夫だろう。
I took a deep breath. All the tension drained from my body, and I slowly sat on the ground.
もう大丈夫でしょうか?
Arimura asked.
ああ、多分。
そうですか。
Anyway, that woman. Was she the one behind the murders? Then what was her connection to the facility under the hospital? Or was she acting on her own? Who knows? There still wasn't enough information to tell.
先輩。
何？
もうそろそろいいんじゃないかと。
だからもう大丈夫だってさっき言ったじゃないか。
いえ、そういうことではなくてですね。その手を。
手？
Oh, were we still holding on to it?
ずっと握ったままなので。
I'd been so desperate to get away from that woman that I hadn't realized it, but it looked like I'd been holding Arimura's hand the whole time. And it wasn't just her hand, she and I were incredibly close. Yes, let's scream, that's a great idea. I quickly jumped back.
こんな暗いところに連れ込んで、もしかして先輩。
言っておくが、わざとじゃないからな。変な意味で握ってたわけじゃないからな。
わかってます。先輩って見るからにそういうの得意じゃなさそうだし。
なんだと？
なんていうのかな。ほら、女の子慣れしてないっていうか。
待て待て待て、僕を見くびってもらっちゃ困るな。言っとくけど、これでも僕はリア充だぞ。
リア充ですか？
The term didn't seem to mean anything to her.
そう、わかる？リア充。リアルが充実してるって意味。いいか、 有村がどう思っているのか知らないけど、女の子の扱いについては僕はこれでも。
っていうか、何なんですかここ。
人の話を聞けよ。
Arimura had stood up and started to look around the dark room.
痛い。なんか蹴っちゃった。
おいおい、勝手に動き回って人の家の中のもの壊すんじゃない。
家？
そうだよ、ここは僕の家。わかるか？つまり今僕が住んでいるところという意味だ。
I decided it was probably safe now and turned on the lights.
へえ。
Yeah. Now that she could see, Arimura was looking around the dark room in surprise. She seemed a lot less on edge than usual, probably because she was pretty sure the woman wasn't going to come after us anymore.
喉乾いてるだろ。
I opened up the fridge and took out 2 plastic bottles. Then I handed one to her. Wow, I wonder what it is.
ありがとうございます。
She opened the bottle and took a big swig of it.
ようやく生きてるって実感が湧いてきたな。
なんですかこれ。
Mountain View.
マウンテンビューだよ。知らないのか？マウンテンビューは日本で一番カフェインの含有量が多くて、頭脳の覚醒作用を促すことにおいては。
Arimura ignored me, even though I was in the middle of my lecture, and grimaced with her mouth still full of Mountain View. Evidently, she didn't like it.
ここってトレーラーハウスですか？
いや、トレーラーハウスっていうのはある程度の期間一つの場所に定住するのを目的としたもので、どちらかというと車輪のついた家のことを言う。それに比べてこの家は移動することを目的とした宿泊施設のついた車と考えるべきで、そうした場合はキャンピングカーと言った方が正しい。ちなみに一言にキャンピングカーといっても、専用の車体を利用したフルコンとか、バンやボックスカーの内部を改装して居住空間を作ったバンコンなどいろいろあって、この家の場合は。
I'm so glad he's very informed on this.
どうして先輩はこんな家に住んでるんですか？
Would you please let me finish?
宮代先輩ってクルス先輩と兄弟っていうか、確か弟さんでしたよね、施設の。
あれはクルスが勝手に弟だって言ってるだけだよ。まあ何年か同じ施設で育ったのは確かだけど。
I would have preferred that she didn't ask any more questions about that. If she asked, I'd have to tell her about what happened.
そうなんすね。
Soka? Huh?
そうなんすねって聞かないのか？
何をですか？
だから僕とクルスの関係とか、なんで僕だけここで暮らしてるのかとか。
聞きませんよ。だって先輩聞かれたくないでしょ？
どうしてそう思う？もしかして。
Maybe it was her power?
残念ながら違います。私の能力はただその人の言葉が真実かどうかわかるだけで、相手が何を考えてるのかまではわかりませんから。
No, that power belongs to somebody else. Then how did she know?
でもその代わりに人の気持ちっていうのに敏感になって、だからその人が何を考えてるかっていうのはなんとなくわかるようになっちゃったんですよね。もちろんそれも分かりやすい人と分かりにくい人とがいますけど。
つまり僕は分かりやすいってことか。
さあどうでしょう。
冗談を言ってもらっちゃ困るな。僕の思考は複雑で、ちょっとやそっとじゃ思考を読むなんてできないはずだ。
へえ。
なんだよ。
いえ、自分では本気でそう思ってるんだなーって。
自分ではってなんだよ。
それじゃあさっきの話聞いてもいいんですか？
それは
Maybe it was easy to tell what I was thinking.
じゃあその代わり別のこと聞いてもいいっすか？
別のこと？
先輩ってリア充なんでしたよね。
その話だよ。僕はリア充なんだ。だから女の子の扱いに関しては。
リア充ってこういう本読むものなんすか？
Oh no. Arimura picked up one of the magazines scattered at her feet.
クールキャットプレス、女の子との出会いからエッチまで。
What a beautiful yell that was. Again, I really just appreciate his voice actor. I quickly reached out to grab it, but she dodged me easily.
なに南方健二先生、僕は彼女ができません。どうすればいいですか？女は部屋に呼んで押し倒せば言うことを聞く。
読むなってば！
I reached out my hand again to grab the magazine from her. But I'd run so far and was so exhausted that even that was enough to throw me off balance. And as a result... Ah yes, the old oopsie daisy anime I fall over on top of you sort of move. The hell, did we fall into a fucking hole? Oh, a delusion. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. I forgot what the website said about these delusions. I'm pretty sure, as I slowly bring this shit up on my phone, I'm pretty sure that it said that you're just supposed to choose all the positives, and, you know, that sounds pretty right. So let's see here. Select all positive delusions and additional delusions, including the delusions during the route itself. Perfect. Then we will go for a positive here. And I actually just missed whatever was said there. This was just like...
まさか、先輩。
違う。
No, wait. Did I really not... Mina Mikata had said it after all. If you pin a woman down, she'll do whatever you want. And she actually wanted you to. I didn't actually believe it, but maybe it was true and I just didn't know it? Then maybe, just maybe, as we go into this positive delusion, actually there was a whole special on it, wasn't there? It was the July 1999 issue, I think. That bratty little girl a year or two younger than you is actually just waiting for you to make a forceful move. A forceful move? That meant...
そうだよ。実は全て僕が仕組んだことだ。
全部って？
全部と言ったら全部だよ。あの女のことも何もかも。
じゃあ私たちが襲われたことも先輩が？でもどうして？
決まってるだろ。君をここに連れ込むためだ。
I grabbed her by the wrists and pinned her to the bed.
私をここに？それってつまり。
For some reason, Arimura didn't resist. She just stared back into my eyes.
わかるだろ？
そんな、まさか宮代先輩がそんなことする人だったなんて。
Despite what she said, her eyes were dewy and shining in the light of the fluorescent bulbs above. As proof...
でも、そういう強引な人、好き。
Cool Cat Press was right. All hail Cool Cat Press.
有村。
先輩、来て。
I don't like where this is going. Thankfully, it ended there.
あるわけないよな。
Wait, didn't I think about this once before? Did we? Man, I never learn, do I?
先輩、早くどいてくれないと大声出しますよ。
ごめん。
Good old Takuru. I leapt off her and started to grab the magazines off the floor.
その雑誌。
これは違うんだ。
I'd screwed up. I'd never imagined that a younger girl would see these.
違うって何がですか？
だから。
Oh, right. No matter what kind of excuse I came up with, Arimura would realize it was a lie. Gigalomaniacs. What an obnoxious power. And not as obnoxious as others that we've seen.
何笑ってるんだよ。
ほんと先輩って分かりやすいなと思って。
悪かったな、分かりやすくて。
別に悪くはないですって。私にとってはその方が付き合いやすいですし。あ、付き合うって言っても別に変な意味じゃないですからね。
念を押さなくったってそれくらい分かってるよ。
Even I wasn't dumb enough to misunderstand that.
だったらいいんですけど。
Arimura slowly stood up and looked out the window. You could still hear the faint noises of police and fire truck sirens in the distance. Come to think of it, I'd already forgotten that I almost died out there. Yeah, the mood kind of shifted all of a sudden, didn't it? Why? No, there was no need to ask why. It was because of Arimura. If I was here alone, I'd probably still be shaking. I wasn't trying to say that after what had happened, Arimura was now someone special to me or anything like that. But in the past few hours, the thick wall between the two of us felt like it had gotten a lot, or a little thinner.
さてと、それじゃあ私はそろそろ。
帰るのか？
いつまでもここにいるわけにもいられないですし、それとも泊まっていけとでも言います？
言わないよ。
Damn it, she was making fun of me.
大丈夫です。一応人気のありそうなところを通って帰りますから。さすがにこの騒ぎの中、ことを起こすとも思えないですし。
She was probably right, I thought. But...
送っていこうか。
どうしてですか？
心配だからに決まってるだろ。
心配？私が？
一応それでも女の子だからな。送っていくのは男の役目だろ。
And that's what Cool of course he got that from Cool Cat Press. Not just, figuring that out on his own or anything like that. No. It had to be from the magazine.
もしかしてそれもあの雑誌の受け売りですか？
And now she's gonna know the truth because of her power.
違う。
先輩ってやっぱりわかりやすい。
Damn it, I give up.
それもあるけど、やっぱり危ないと思って。何？
それは本当なんだ。
はい
え、なんでもお気持ちだけいただいておきます。
Arimura cheerfully walked toward the exit and stopped and turned around before she got to the door.
今日はありがとうございました。先輩のおかげで助かりました。ということにしておきます。ではでは、アディオスグラッシャー。
Uh-huh. She bowed her head slightly and left.
しておきますは余計だ。
Strangely, though, it didn't bother me. Anyway.
ギガロマニアックス。ねえ。
I'd use some kind of power to control that woman's flames. Arimura had said that was my power. But that was the only time I'd been able to use it. Let's try this again. I took a deep breath to calm myself. My power. At first it was so hazy I had to focus to see it at all. But gradually it began to form a definite shape in the corner of my eye. It was twisted yet beautiful, disgusting yet pure. Its very presence was so overwhelming that it was impossible to believe it belonged to this world. I reached out my hand fearfully, but I couldn't even touch it. What had I done before? That's right, when she'd attacked me with her flames, Was this my... Oh, that's our phone. It was just a message. That scared me. It was from Arimura. I made it home safe. I was surprised she'd be thoughtful enough to let me know. Either way, I was glad nothing had happened. That's my phone. Okay, hold on. Do we already have, like, that new phone at this time? We shouldn't have our phone, right? We lost our phone in the first trip to the hospital with Serica, and we didn't find it on the second trip. We shouldn't have our original phone. We should maybe at this time have the new one? I don't remember. After I put down the phone, I tried a lot of different ways to strengthen my power, and then at some point I fell asleep. I wouldn't know until morning about what had happened to the woman after that. 2005, what the fuck? Okay, well, whatever's going on in 2005, we'll have to figure that out in the next episode. Okay, so. Oh, wait, it said it right there. There we go, we're in, obviously we're in Arimura's route. It was kind of obvious to tell, and I guess that achievement that I got earlier was the sign that we had gotten into her route, the adios gracias shit. Which, by the way, is weird. I don't know why she says that, and I hope there's, like, no actual backstory to that. That kind of bothered me. So, just like with the previous episode, I have no idea how long this one's gonna be. Excuse me. Because I had to do a lot of skipping, and I was on my phone for some of that. So there's a lot that I will be cutting out, or I say there's a lot, but I don't think it'll be too bad. I think we'll be near an hour, just like the previous episode, which I think will be fine. I don't think it'll be too terrible. But here we are, guys, our first character route. Hopefully, this allows us to learn more about Arimura, because she is very mysterious, and there seems to be, I would like to say, family problems. Those were kind of hinted at in the main route. So it'd be kind of interesting to kind of go through and learn a little bit more about her. Even if it's not all that important in the long run, I'd still like to know a little bit more about her. But that'll do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. I'm glad to say that I didn't mess up in trying to get into a route, and I don't have to worry about spoilers with people commenting, "Ah, yeah, you're going into her route first," or anything like that. I don't have to worry about that. That's really the main reason why I recorded this, but also to see if I was going down the wrong path. There was a part of me that wanted to wait until that episode was up so I can get verification that I was making the right choices. And by right choices, I mean just choosing positive all the way through, or if I was messing up somewhere. But then somebody was most likely bound to say, you know, "Oh man, you're going down, you know, Arimura's route," or whatever. And I wanted it to be a surprise, and I'm glad that it was. But anyways, we'll end it there. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy shit, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.